Life for Odysseus is good. His son Telemachus was just born, and he is living happily with him and Penelope. Then Menelaus comes, hoping to convince Odysseus to help the cause for the war against the Trojans. An oracle has prophesied a long delay home if he goes, so he pretends to be crazy to avoid going. However, Menelaus puts Telemachus in front of Odysseus' plow, and Odysseus moves the plow to save his son. Odysseus is then dragged off to Troy. 20 years later, more than 10 years after the end of the war, Odysseus returns home to Ithaca to find his palace filled with suitors for his wife Penelope. Odysseus needs a plan to free his palace and family from the suitors. Who will he tell that he is back, and how will he rid his palace of the awful suitors? Our insider analysis, Stephen Coyle and Daniel Silverman, are here with the story. This is Pardon the Absence. PTA. Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Pardon the Absence. Today we'll be talking about Odysseus' long-awaited return to Ithaca. I'm Daniel Silverman.
And I'm Stephen Coyle. Thanks for tuning in.
As you all know, our leading source, Homer, has reported that Odysseus had been away for more than 20 years. He returned home yesterday.
Yeah, but Odysseus' homecoming was not exactly a walk in the park. Odysseus isn't your average Greek warrior. He's the smartest and brightest there is.
Odysseus wasn't really expecting a warm welcome, so he went undercover as a hobo to see who was on his side and who was against him. For that, I give him an A+.
Can't say I agree with you there, buddy. He dressed as a hobo. Not everybody would be willing to engage into a revealing conversation with a hobo. I give him a C.
You never heard of snooping? Odysseus is the sneakiest guy around. The hobo is a perfect disguise for him.
I still stand by my case. If some hobo comes up to me, I'm not talking to him. I'm running in the opposite direction.
And to see something, Odysseus just tweeted, he snatched a winged arrow lying bare on the board. The rest bristled deep inside the quiver, soon to be tasted by all the feasters there. Seeing shaft on the handgrip, drawing the notch, and bowstring back, right from his stool, just as he sat, but aiming straight and true, he let fly. And never missing an axe from the first axe handle, clean on there through to the last and out, the shaft with its weighted brazen head shot free. That's from Book 21, lines 463 to 471. And then Odysseus goes on to talk about how he slaughtered all the suitors. Stephen, what are your thoughts about that?
First off, why is he talking in third person? But I think this is the best decision he's ever made. Those suitors deserve to die. They got what they had coming to them. A+, definitely.
No way. The suitors were people just like you and me. They did not need to die. Violence is not the answer. F-.
Oh, she got a text message from Odysseus. He gave her living proof. Penelope felt her knees go slack, her heart surrender, recognizing the strong, clear signs Odysseus offered. She dissolved in tears, rushed to Odysseus, flung her arms around his neck and kissed his head and cried out. Books 22, lines 230 to 234. He says this after she didn't believe it was him. Daniel, what do you think about this?
I want to know why she didn't believe him. How could she not? Why would someone pretend to be Odysseus? He comes back after 20 years. I give Penelope a D on this. Very bad on her part.
I can't blame her. After everything the suitors did to her, it could have been one of the suitors trying to trick her. I give her a B+. She had a great reason not to believe him until he gave her proof.
And I see here on my computer, Odysseus just updated his Facebook status that he met with his father Laertes. And he says, Odysseus, Laertes, catching his breath, found words to answer. You're truly my son, Odysseus, home at last? Give me a sign, some proof, I must be sure. Book 24, lines 365 to 369. I want to know why Laertes doesn't believe him either. Seems no one believes that he's back without proof.
Yes, but Odysseus goes on to say that after he proved his identity, Laertes' knees went slack, his heart surrendered, recognizing the strong, clear signs Odysseus offered. Book 24, lines 384 to 385. So obviously, Laertes is very happy to have his son back home. No worries about him question Odysseus' identity. I give Laertes an A.
No way. He should not have questioned him. Laertes had no reason to think anyone would fake being Odysseus' identity. I have to give him a C.
Before we end today's show, I do have one question. Why did Odysseus leave Calypso's island? Here is a lustrous goddess offering him immortality to live with him forever, and he turns it down. Why? I give him an F. What's wrong with him?
I respect his decision. He missed his wife and his life back home in Ithaca, and he wanted to go back. I'm not saying I would have made the same decision as him, but I respect it. And for that, I'll give him a B+.
Okay, thank you for tuning in today and watching Pardon the Absence.
Coming up next is MTV Cribs, Menelaus' Palace. See you next time on Pardon the Absence.